How y'all doing if you're watching the video here? But, I look on ESPN, I look at all these, things, and I see, everybody bashing Georgia. Everybody saying, look, what's the deal? And then I saw Mark Richt being fired. Fired? How do you fire a coach that averages 9 wins? I mean, really? How do you do that? That's the question. How do you fire a coach who has 9 wins? You can't really do that. I mean, you can. They did it. I'm not saying that you can't do that. I'm just saying, where's the logic there? He was a player or two away from the national championship in 2012. I mean, literally, he was that close. That close.
15 seconds. They're going to get 2 throws to the end zone. They can clock this ball right now, meaning ground it, or they can run a hurry-up play. The clock has started.
12 seconds to go. Murray got it, but the clock is running.
That's the one thing he didn't want to do.
Game over. Alabama faces Notre Dame.
And you can't tell me Notre Dame would have won against Georgia. No. Bama blew them out. 40, I think it's 42-14, something like that. It was such a blowout. I fell asleep. I don't ever fall asleep for college football. I fell asleep in that game. I took me a good nap. Woke up, did everything else, but that was just a boring game to watch. Okay, you can't tell me that Georgia wouldn't beat Notre Dame. You can't tell me that Georgia is not that close to being a national champion that year. They're a play away. And I know what you're saying. It's one of these things you look at football, you're like, that's just how the cards fell. It is. But when you're looking at this whole grand scheme of things, Georgia, you didn't make the right decision. Vince Dooley. They were talking to him the other day. Quote from him. So, who are you looking to hire? Who are some prospective candidates? Well, Mark Richt would be the first one I'd look at. That's how good of a coach he is. You're looking over, you're like, huh? He just said that? Why? I mean, I just don't understand sometimes the things that go behind this. It just, I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, you look at that game. They're 4 yards away from getting to the national championship back in 2012. Of course, that's 3 years ago. Of course, that's fine. But he's been consistent. And football's not all about wins. Let me tell you something. Football's not all about wins. He built players. Okay, as a conservative Christian, I'll go ahead and tell you. You look over this guy, and he's constantly sharing his testimony with people. He's constantly building young men, grooming young men. And every program has their bad players. Every program has their criminal players. That's just par for the course. I'm not saying every player that's come out of Georgia is perfect. But over the big scheme, over the long haul, yeah, he's done a pretty good job there. I mean, my God. He was on Facing the Giants. He was featured in Facing the Giants.
How you feeling? I'm a little bit nervous. It's championship. It's kind of surreal for me.
Yeah. Well, I can promise you, I don't care what level of ball you're coaching, it's surreal when you make it to the championship game.
How can you fire a coach that was on Facing the Giants? How? The movie that gave us the stone wall? How can you do that? How can you fire the coach?
He's not kicking it. Brock, one more down.
It's 4th down, and the Giants are going for the touchdown. This crowd is going absolutely berserk right now. They line up at the 1-yard line. West Porter's going to take the snap. They're going to run it. Brock Kelly's going to hit him head on, and there's a fumble. The Eagles have the football. They're taking it back down the field.
If you ever seen that movie, if you ever seen that scene, if you watch that scene, I want you to go look up the Stonewall scene on YouTube. Because you'll look and you'll say, wow. That looks like Whit wants out in Signal Mountain. It's